When you ask Americans what is bugging them, what is really ticking them off, at the very top of the list is the high cost of prescription drugs. Why? It's life and death for a lot of people. It's health for these expensive drugs, or your own health. It's one of the most confounding decisions that everyday Americans have to make every day. What we did was amazing. It was groundbreaking. And when Donald Trump was on the campaign trail, and all of our Republican senators, they can tell you, were on the campaign trail, say, oh yes, we wanted to keep those costs down and reduce them. And within 2 days, in one of the first executive orders, they pulled the rug out from under what we did. Thank you, Senator Klobuchar, and thank you for your great work on these issues. She's been fighting these issues to get prescription drug costs lower for decades, even going up to Canada, which was very far away from Minnesota. It was a long trip, but she still did it.
You can see it from our porch.
I know. In any case, and I want to thank all of my colleagues for being here, and I think 2 of our colleagues just had won re-election, Angela also Brooks and Ruben Gallego. They can tell you how much people cared about this issue. Anyone who's out there knows. And I want to thank our advocates, David Wright from Families USA, David Mitchell, is he here, from Patient from Potomac, and of course the great Leslie Dock, who I worked on passing the ACA with 15 years ago, and it's gotten better and better and better. We don't want to reverse that trend, but we're here today to talk about prescription drugs. When you ask Americans what is bugging them, what is really ticking them off, at the very top of the list is the high cost of prescription drugs. Why? It's life and death for a lot of people. It's health. It's being able to go to work. It's being able to have enough ability to watch the kids or grandkids. And when you have to make the choice between paying through the nose for these expensive drugs or your own health, it's one of the most confounding decisions that everyday Americans have to make every day. And so we were so proud. As you know, in a little room, I negotiated the IRA with Manchin. And I was pleasantly surprised at how much we were able to do in terms of getting, for the first time, something we had been waiting for. I was on more teleconferences with AARP and seniors, and getting Medicare to be able to negotiate with these drug companies to bring the cost down. And as you've seen, the first 10 drugs were a huge success, and now we have another 10, including Ozempic and Wegovy and some of the others. That's going to reduce health. When you reduce the cost of those drugs and the ability to buy those drugs, you dramatically reduce the cost of health care. because things like diabetes and other things which cost so much to take care of in their later stages aren't going to happen. And we put in the $2,000 cap. It was $3,200 last year. It's now $2,000. So that if you have a kid with cancer or a grandkid with cancer, you can afford that drug. People can afford that drug. So this is, what we did was amazing. It was groundbreaking. And when Donald Trump was on the campaign trail, and all of our Republican senators, they can tell you, were on the campaign trail, say, oh yes, we want to keep those costs down and reduce them. And within 2 days, in one of the first executive orders, they pulled the rug out from under what we did. 2 days. Didn't take them very long to do a total reversal and side with Big Pharma instead of siding with everyday hardworking Americans. And let me tell you, I met with Russell Vought yesterday. This guy is really dangerous in one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful agency. He's one of the authors of Project 2025, one of the leaders of Project 2025, and they want to get rid of the whole thing. No more cost of insulin at $35. No more limit of $2,000. No more negotiations to get the price of drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy down. Out. Why? Well, as Amy said, and I've been saying, it is a golden era in America for the very wealthy, including pharma and the pharmaceutical executives. It's a golden era for them, not for working families. And what we've been doing at the hearings, and what you're going to hear us doing for the next years, is show who this golden era is for. The very, very few, whether it's the oil companies, or big corporations, or very wealthy individuals, and certainly for Big Pharma. The golden age is for them. Average American. Mr. America, Mrs. America, Ms. America, America, it ain't for you. It's for them. The golden era. And we're going to do everything we can, everything, all of us, to make sure that they don't get their wishes, to fight them every step of the way, to get those drug costs down, to get $35 insulin for everybody, to get a cap on prescription drugs for everybody. Let's see if they join us. Let's see if any of our Republican senators join us. There's a lot of talk on the campaign trail, and not just inaction, but reversal of that within 2 days. Shame on them.